What is love? Well, the definition that I got was love is a complex set of emotions, behaviors, and beliefs associated with strong feelings of affection, protectiveness, warmth, and the respect for another person. So what I got from that definition was that in love there is a respect for another person. So if you don't respect the person that you say you love, or you don't get the respect back from those who say they love you, then that love is questionable. I've come to a realization that there is two types of love: God's love and our love, which is human love. When it comes to God's love, his love is unconditional and our love can be conditional. What I mean is, when we love with reason. We love someone because of what they have or what they did for us. We love someone because they're beautiful, they're smart. And when it comes to the love of God, God just loves us. He just loves us. The second reason is that God's love is not reciprocal and our love is. What I mean by that is, in human love, if I love you, I expect you to love me back because I commit myself to you, so I expect you to do the same. I give you my time. I just do things because I love you. So I expect you to do the same, because if I don't get it back, then I feel as though I am not loved by you. And then when it comes to the love of God, he loves us regardless of what we do or what we did. He doesn't expect us to love him back, even though, no, he wants us to love him back. But even though we do not love him, he still loves us. That's just the love of God. It's not reciprocal. And then the last reason is that God's love is perfect and our love isn't. God's love is perfect in the sense that he doesn't see our faults, our flaws, our failures. He sees past that. He loves us beyond what we did in our past, beyond what we do. God just loves us. That's why his love is perfect. But our love is still being perfected, because God said that when we love other people, then his love is perfected in us. Why do we love? Well, we love because God first loved us. He showed us this love by sending his only son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for us, just to prove his love for us. One thing I can say about the love of God is that his love is sacrifice. His love is the greatest sacrifice of all, and no amount that you give can compare to what he has done for us. How are we supposed to love? Well, it all starts with loving God. We should establish a relationship with God. In building that relationship, we will know who we are. And after establishing that relationship with God, he will show us how to love ourselves, because then we're going to know our identity in him, because we know that we belong to him. After doing that, since we love ourselves, we'll be able to love others, which is our neighbors. Your neighbor is not only the person that lives next door your house. No, your neighbor is any person besides yourself. Yeah. So every person you come across, that is your neighbor. So if you don't love yourself, if you don't have a relationship with God, if you don't know the love of God, you don't know how God loves, you don't know how much God loves you, you don't value how much God loves you, then you won't be able to love yourself, and through that you won't be able to love your neighbor. So I can say those are the prerequisites of love. Love God first, then love yourself. Then you'll be able to love yourself, and you'll be used as the vessel or the bridge to bring out the love of God that he has shown you to others, which are your neighbors. So yeah. Sometimes we compare the love of God to how we've been loved by other people, how people have treated us. Let's say, for example, you've came out of a background where you've been abused, or you've been in a relationship where you gave your all, but the person did not give you the same, and you feel that you didn't deserve that. But when we come to God, we should never compare our love to how we've been loved. Because I know that usually when we come to God, we'll be like, but God, why do you love me? I am a sinner. I did drugs. I am an alcoholic. I did this and that. But God doesn't, he sees past that. God doesn't, God takes us the way we are. And as he show us his love, we will be able to see ourselves the way he sees us. Yes. Is there such thing as perfect love, or might I say true love? Well, yes, there is. It all starts from God's definition of love, where he says in 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 to 7, which says, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not rude. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses hope, is always hopeful, endures through every circumstance. And endures through every circumstance. So basically this tells us that God doesn't look at the wrong things that we did in our past. As I said before, he sees past everything that we did. He only wants us for now, because we are not our past, but we are the future. So what the devil does, he always brings up our past to make us feel ashamed and unworthy of the love of God. But God says, come as you are, and he will show us how to love the way he says we should love. In his love, he says his love endures through every circumstance, meaning his love wins every time. God's love is so perfect that he pursues us. Like God has this, he pursues us. It doesn't matter what you're going through, in good times and in bad. God will continuously pursue you until he captures your heart. So that's what we need to learn from the love of God. It pursues, and it never ever ends. Thank you for watching this video. Stay true, stay blessed, and always remember that God loves